Hi all. This will be the third video of a course orientation series of videos. And so this time I'm planning on reviewing the syllabus with you and some other information that has to pertain to how the course will go this semester. So let me share my screen. And here's this. Okay, so here I am back at the main page. And a few things, how you can access your syllabus is through this link here. And then also you can access it here. Okay, so I'm going to do it because I want to click on Bobo. So here's the syllabus, and here's some of, again, my contact information. And then if you click here and you say communication with me, so here's some information about that. So again, how to contact me. My preferred method of contact is through Canvas. And again, if you click on here, this will take you to your Canvas inbox and you can respond to me then. I'm going to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. So please, I also have a life. So if I don't get back to you in 1 minute, it doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you. It just means that I'm working on something or I'm doing something, and I will get back to you within 48 hours. The exception to that is on weekends. So again, just because I also have my own life, I sometimes will respond on the weekend if I can, but if I cannot, please don't count on hearing from me in the weekend. So if it's something that's time sensitive, please try to get in touch with me during the week. Okay, if if your questions aren't answered over email and you are needing some additional assistance, that's great that we can do that. But just we'll set up an online meeting over Zoom, and so just let me know and then we can set something up. Okay, so again, I talked to you about the response time. In terms of grading assignments, ideally things are graded pretty quickly. I try to get the grading done for 1 week by the next week. So give me up to a week to grade your stuff. But if not, it could take up to 2 weeks, just because remember, I'm also teaching the second year students. And so at the end of the week, I get a lot of assignments handed in. And so I have to grade, a whole bunch of assignments from, over like 40 to 50 students. So it's a lot of grading. So please be patient with me, but I will do my best to get things done really quickly if I can. Okay, so just know it could take up to 2 weeks before you see your grades. In terms of instructor initiated contact and what you can expect from me, so generally I will try to I'm pretty good about communicating with my students. I do a lot of announcements. You can see announcements here. Additionally, the front page, I try to put like the last couple of announcements on the front main homepage. But if you're responsible to check your emails and to check your announcements. And so if you're looking for previous announcements, you can go here and check all the previous announcements. So this is not, this is just an old thing. So anyway, just, what it would look like. So your job would be to go back and review the announcements. So if you are wondering, like, did she say something about this or what about that? I recommend that you go back through your email and then also through the previous announcements, because sometimes I'll get messages from students and they're asking, like, what happened, or what about this? And I'm like, I sent 2 announcements about that already. Okay, so just go back and check those first. If it's about information like due dates or extensions or any kind of course related stuff, go back and check your announcements in your emails. And then if you still have questions, then just go ahead and email me. But chances are I may have made an announcement about it already. And because you guys are in a program and you're in several different respiratory courses, you'll get probably a lot of announcements. So it's a good idea to go back and just go back into the announcements tab and check out the previous announcements, because that's the main way that we're able to communicate with you all. I'm going to go back into this document again. So that's, you know, I'll post announcements. On your assignments, I will write something generally, like, and it could be just something like, oh, well done, or good job. It means I don't really have anything to say. Like some of the assignments, which I'll get into soon within the syllabus discussion here, is, you know, mostly just like, I don't have anything else to say, and I'm just giving you credit for doing the assignment. I'm not necessarily nitpicking things. Some assignments I will go into more thoroughly. And in that case, if I have feedback, I can put in feedback in the assignment in Canvas. And so please, when you do see a grade, go back in and look at if there's any comments made within your assignment. You know, if there's something I want to speak to you personally about, I'll send you an email. Okay, so make sure you check that. And so what I can't do, what I'm not able to do, is fix your Canvas issues or fix your computer and things like that. Like, I'm not an IT person. If it's about the course, I can do it. If it's about questions related to Canvas, you really need to, like in terms of how to submit an assignment or how to check your email or those kinds of things, that would be something that Quest for Online Success course that I talked about would be able to help you. Additionally, I have a Canvas and tech support thing here. Canvas has a help button right here that you can go through and search the Canvas guides or get in contact with the Canvas IT department to help you with some of those things. Okay, so that would be something that they would be able to help you with. Okay, but if it's about the class, like what, you know, then I can help you. Okay, so here are some quick links. And this is frustrating. I made these little clouds. They're so cute, but they are, every time I refresh, they come up in a different size. And in my editing function, they're all the same size. So I'm not sure why it's doing that. There's a course summary down here, but I wouldn't recommend that you just go entirely by this, because it's just a list of the assignments, but it doesn't give you any of the information. So you want to still always go through modules. Okay. So here's some additional information. So you can just go, these are all links. So you click on a cloud and it tells you about, okay, this is the course information. So it has like the catalog description, the course objectives, and these are things that we want you to know by the end of the course, you know, things that we are going to be covering in this course. And then the student learning outcomes are things we want you to be able to do by the end of the course. And so you can just kind of go through this and take a look. If I do not have a link to the syllabus here, so I have to add that. I'm still building the course right now. So, but again, you just go back to syllabus and it's right here. Okay, here is a link to the course schedule. So this is the week by week kind of play out of what we're going to be doing. So you can see here's the different weeks and what we're going to cover. So you can look through it on here, or you can also click here and download the course schedule. Okay, so this one I do not have the link. I have to add that. Okay, so again, I'll just go back to syllabus. I'm in instructor view, so you won't have the same type of stuff, but okay, so required textbooks and resources. I can click on here. And so we are using Egan's Fundamentals of Respiratory Care and Desjardins Cardiopulmonary Anatomy and Physiology. So the Egan's book looks like that. And the Cardiopulmonary Anatomy and Physiology book looks you know, oh my, looks like that. Okay, and then see here it says back to syllabus, so I do have it on that page. Okay, and now, okay, so assignments and grading. Okay, so here are all the assignments that you're going to be doing for this class and a little bit of information about each of them. Okay, so you're going to have a discussion post, and this one's just like an introductory discussion post, so it's going to be pretty simple and basically easy points to get. Okay, then I assign a lot of questions out of the textbooks. So you can see here, we've got Egan's workbook questions, the end of the chapter, the review questions of Desjardins, which is the Anatomy and Physiology book, and then the clinical connections activities, which I'll go into and show you in a minute. And then you've got the quizzes, the chapter reading quizzes, and you've got some electronic stuff coming up too. So in terms of the workbook questions, again, the workbook is part of Egan's and this one. And so you are expected to complete, if there's any instructions, I will tell you whether or not to complete it. So meaning, let me show you. Please don't get overwhelmed at this. They're not all assigned to you guys. Okay, so just, let's see here. Egan's chapter 9 workbook questions. See on this particular one, I am saying instructions, complete all of them except this, okay? The next one would be, hang on, I'll show you here. The next one here, this one, I just said all of the questions, okay? So if I don't want you to complete something, I'll let you know, but otherwise you assume that you complete everything, okay? So I will tell you what to not to do if it's applicable. Otherwise you assume that you are to do it. We have a few quizzes that are going to be proctored using a remote proctoring service called Proctorio. Okay, and I here on this thing, I have a tutorial right here. So you need to watch this tutorial. You absolutely have to. It tells you what to do in the event like that your computer freezes and crashes on you or whatnot. So in those instances, you can get back into the quiz. You do not contact me in a frantic panic, okay? Because I don't manage Proctorio and I'm not an IT professional that works for Proctorio. So they would have to be the ones to help you with that, okay? So they're managing and I'm providing the questions only, and then the exams and the quizzes are being monitored and proctored through them, okay? So they will be the one proctoring you, but in that case, you absolutely have to watch this video in order to know how to use it and to just be kind of more comfortable using it. Okay, there aren't any makeups for quizzes. I will provide you with a week to do the quiz. So I have it open and then I close it for the week, like from Monday to Friday. So you can pick your own time on when you want to take it, whatever works for you for your schedule. But you're not going to be given, if you miss the entire week, I mean, you have a whole week to do it. That will be your deal. So no, any other assignments that are coming in late will be subtracted for 10% per day. And then if it's more than 3 or 4 days late, then you can still do it, but you won't get any points. Okay, and we don't do extra credit to help you boost up your grades. The whole program doesn't do that. Okay. All the other thing we need to say about plagiarism and academic integrity, which we'll talk about later, but you are being trusted to act honorably. And so in the event that there's any indication of cheating or sharing answers from a quiz or whatever, then you will, at any point during the semester, you'll receive a 0 and more than likely face disciplinary action. Okay, so along those lines, all assignments are your own work. So do not submit identical assignments as your classmates. If you are working together, that's fine, but you do not submit the same thing. You can work together, but everything needs to be in your own words. And in working together, meaning on homework assignments and whatever, but not on quizzes and not on exams. Those you take individually. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the syllabus. And the time commitment, I think I talked about that in the first video. So remember, up to about 10 hours of a week that you're going to need to dedicate to this course. Okay, see how they just changed sizes? I don't know what's going on. See, I'm not an IT professional. I was just proud of myself that I can make the clouds. Hardware, software requirements, you just have to have a laptop to be able to do the work for the course. These courses are online right now. If you need a hotspot or a laptop, a Chromebook, the college has been helping students with that, so you can try to work through the college to get access to those things, but you have to have them in order to work through the course. But you need to be able to do Word, PowerPoint, and Adobe Acrobat to view documents. So we are using Canvas to communicate with you. You have to be proficient in Canvas, and you should be checking your emails and each course like daily for updates. And we are accepting files and documents and submission of your assignments in Word doc, PDF, or photos. I cannot accept Apple stuff. Okay, so it has to be able to view. These things are all working off of Windows, so you can't accept documents in another way. Okay, so you can have here to get some versions of those programs if you need it. I think I talked about this. Let's see if there's anything else. So cheating, so testing etiquette. You're going to take all of your quizzes online. You are not to be discussing the quizzes with other students. I have a bank, and so it rotates the questions, so you might not have the same questions as another student. And so therefore don't try to screw anybody else up, because they'll be all, it'll mess up their study habits and thinking that they're going to have one set of questions and then they have a different set of questions, and it's not the right thing to do. So if any indication that somebody's taking a quiz and then sharing the answers or anything like that, they're all going to get a 0. So don't do it. Okay. And plus, it doesn't help anybody, because now you're not in your prereqs anymore. You're just in the program, and there's no competition. We don't grade on a bell curve or anything like that. You actually want to know the material because it helps you look after patients. So don't cheat. Okay, it will not work out for you if you cheat. And if we have any indication that there's any cheating or plagiarism going on, it's really a big deal. And we have like a really low to 0 tolerance policy on that. Okay, so it's not worth it to lose your spot in the program. It's just not worth it. Okay, diversity and support. Go ahead and take a look at that. We have, basically we want everybody to have a positive learning experience. If you need additional accommodations, we can probably help you out with that depending on what it is. So you can research those. This is emergency statement in the event we have an emergency. The drop policy and attendance policy. So you cannot miss more than 1 week. Okay. So what does that mean? You can't miss a week and then come back to class 2 weeks and then miss another week and then come back. It doesn't matter whether they're consecutive or not consecutive. You just can't miss it. And so if you do, then you will be dropped from the class and then therefore the program. In order to remain in the class, you have to actively participate within the first 3 days of the class. And again, active participation throughout the course. And what does this mean? This means entering your discussion post, completing an assignment, emailing me, things like that. Those are the ways that we monitor your progress. And I can also see how much time you've spent in the course. So if you haven't logged in a week, I'll know, and that's absence. Okay, so you please go in here frequently and check everything and submit all your assignments and communicate with me. Okay, and then student conduct. We are the Nursing and Allied Health Student Handbook and our policy and procedure manual kind of review those things. So you need to act with integrity and professionalism in the program. In terms of an online environment, we have online like netiquette. Okay, so I have a link to that talks about how you can communicate. So in an online environment, if you use all caps, lots of exclamation points and things like that, that comes across as yelling, and so we don't really want that. So there are some ways that you can improve your communication with your peers in an online environment. So review that. If we have live class discussions, what you would like to do is when you come in is that you want to mute yourself when you're not speaking to avoid any feedback or outside distracting noises. Put on headphones again to avoid the feedback, and try to be in a distraction-free environment. So it is very difficult these days, but like, you know, if you have dogs or cats and whatever running around in the background, it can be a little distracting for people. So just try to be in a distraction-free environment. Okay, and then here's just the some of the policy of student conduct. And then the last one is new to online. So if you're not sure and you want to have a new online help, then you want to really look into this Quest for Online Success course. It's really quick. It doesn't, you know, you just have to, it just shows you how to use Canvas. Here's another Canvas tutorial. We also have a lot of tutorials online. If you go to the students tab in hartnell.edu, there's a ton of student resources on how to be more successful online. So again, you know, the expectation will be that you're kind of already have a basic understanding of how to use Canvas in that, since you've had to take prerequisite courses. And again, so try to get knowledgeable of Canvas as soon as possible, especially this first week. You know, there's a lot of help and support, like YouTube videos and whatever, and we have training videos and so on and so forth. So that'll be your responsibility to get up to speed with Canvas. Okay, so I think that that's everything for now. If you have any other questions, you have my email, and you know, here's just a list of stuff that's due. And I think that's most of the stuff that I wanted to cover about the course. All right, thank you. Let me see here, bye.